Good afternoon, good morning here in the Americas. My name is Doug Brunke. I am the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. Pardon our, what's the word? Maybe a little bit disheveled. The last hour, we've had our quarterly Global Chamber Advisory Board meeting with Dr. Sanjeev Kagram. And a variety of other leaders who have been very instrumental over the last 9 months. This is a project that's kicked off back in February to really evaluate what our future is and what we need to do to expand a global chamber significantly. And actually the meeting started with Dr. Kagram talking about a conversation that he's had with the president of the World Bank and a project that he has and how he wants to bring a global chamber to the World Bank and his strategy around that. So I'm really excited about the future. Also, honestly, a little frustrated on, kind of change and things migrating. A quick example of that is our events. We do a lot of events. And what we do at Global Chamber is we have a lot of routine events and then we do special things interspersed. And the routine ones, we've historically, at least for the last year or so, we send out, if it's an Africa one, we largely send out the calendar hold for a lot of people that are in the system. And I mean, that's, I guess, good to some extent. And it's bad from a standpoint of we're basically giving a lot of people who don't necessarily want that meeting on their calendar into their calendar. And so we decided not to do that anymore. So in November, it's only, or at least our goal is only to send out calendar invitations and information on events to people who want that particular event and that information. So Globi allows us to do that. Globi is an AI tool that we've developed this year. We've been using it internally. It's still being developed largely. There's a lot that needs to be in it, but it works. It's just a matter of getting it to know the right data and then to roll it out to members. There's certain things that need to be done. So we're working on that piece, but we're using it and it's working great. And it also will not just help with connections, but it's helping with events. And so the idea with that is, for number one, get all our events together and have Globi know what those are. And number two is all the other events that the global tribe would want to know about, that we know about, we want Globi to know. And so if someone is based in Tanzania and they want programs on sustainability, either local or virtual, that they could attend from Tanzania, and maybe they're do a lot of traveling to Dubai, and so they'd also be interested in things on the ground in Dubai, then they could come in and tell Globi, and then Globi on a weekly basis could say, hey, this one's coming up in Dubai next week, and here are some of the other ones that you might be interested in. And so that's where we're headed. And in the meantime, this month and probably next are a little uncomfortable in terms of, making sure that people show up at events and things like that. We're trying to figure out how to do that in the absence of kind of making the transition. So thank you for your patience. I would like, we actually, another thing that we talked about was getting prior to these routine ones, make sure that we always have a keynote speaker. And if you don't mind, and if he's available, I'd like to have Kasum Koulibaly be that person. If Kasum, you are available, you're a lot more accessible than when you lived in Mali and Abidjan because of being in the US now. Kasum was originally our executive director for Mali, Bamako, and he expanded that relationship into the Sahel region. And he is a French speaker. He believes in the ability and the mission to bring successful business to the region and to French-speaking Africans and around the world. He's a connector. He has an aspiration to be the UN Secretary General in a time frame that he's laid out, which just means he's really talented. He's really smart. He's lived a great life. He has passion. He has vision. He's already accomplished a lot, and he wants to accomplish more. And so when he texted me a couple months ago, or I think it was in August, so that was 3 months ago, that he was in Phoenix. And it was like, oh, okay, well, that's great. I want to meet you. And it turned out, long story short, is that he decided to go to Thunderbird and get his master's degree. And lo and behold, he's right at our headquarters all the time. And I finally did get to meet him. What was it, Kasum, a week or two ago, where Kasum attended one of our board meetings. We did a big event afterwards, a collaborator event. If you saw the newsletter, you saw Kasum in the middle of this whole big group of people, a tech conference, and I'm just really excited by what you're going to be bringing to the table. He already volunteered to be on the events committee for Global Chamber Phoenix. We have a lady who runs the international student programs for ASU, the largest university in the United States and the largest international student group in the United States. She is the director of programs for the international students. She's on our board, and she volunteered to lead the events committee for that advisory board. And we have a lady who just joined who runs a event organization, and between her leadership and Kasum volunteering and Dalal, who runs the event company, and two other people volunteered to be part of that committee. So I'm going to guess that we're going to have the best events ever at Global Chamber Phoenix. We already have kind of a rough outline for the year. And because Kasum is involved, we're going to have a lot stronger tie to Africa, not just the French-speaking part, but overall. I feel remiss, and I think about it every single day, that I haven't been able to speak with Ruby Golo too. And she and I have talked about talking and getting together, but now that she's spending time in the U.S. as well, I need to actually talk to her and hopefully even meet her maybe during the holidays. We'll see. But Ruby's in the call today, and hopefully we'll hear from her. In the meantime, I'll see Kasum again, I think, in a couple weeks. Kasum, welcome to Phoenix. Welcome to the next level of your interaction with Global Chamber. You care a lot about Africa. That drives you. It's very clear in your conversation. Could you share a little bit more about what you care about and what's going on from your perspective in Africa, and also how that ties into your decision to come to Thunderbird? You're on mute. There you go.
Okay. Good morning, Doug, and good morning to colleagues online. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak today with a great team. As you know, I was born in Cote d'Ivoire, so I thought every time that's the beginning of my life, where I learned so much things, and I've been exposed to a global community where I joined the ISEC Association of Students in Economics and Commerce, which is one of the first global international organizations for young leaders in the world. And also I joined the Junior Chamber International at that same time. That exposed me to my global mindset of contributing to the sustainable development of our countries and the people. And that took me for long in my studies in economics and development and in management from Mali, and also for different universities in Geneva, in Johannesburg, Pretoria, and recently in Italy. And my dream was always to be available to serve the global community, because we are already confronting a lot of challenges facing young people, elder people, women, and girls around the world. So that dream took me to work with some couple of institutions in the UN system, UNESCO, UNDP, UNCTAD, to cite some of them. And during my whole life, I have been devoting my time to bring sustainable peace, but also to support the development of SMEs around Mali, around West Africa, Africa, and in the world. I work with the government of Mali as special advisor and program coordinator for SME development in the country. I work also, as I said, in the UN system. I work with UN, some NGOs, international and national NGOs. I have been part of a lot of processes and development processes, policies around the continent and also globally. So that's in my dream, like I can say 20 years ago, when I was working at UNESCO, one day in the team building and the personal development workshop, I've asked to tell my dream, and I said that I want to become the next African UN Secretary General. That time, Kofi Annan was the first African to be at that position. So now it's 20 years. As Doug said, next year will be this 20 years, and I think that in the next 30 years, in 2036, I can reach that goal. And that mindset, I met Doug online. So I said, this is the group I should be part, because it's dealing about the global mindset, is also supporting SMEs, connecting people around the world. And all my life, this is what I was doing. So I feel in my family every time. And Doug gave me the opportunity to be part of that global and amazing group. And I've been serving as executive director in Mali. And when we try to begin our program, we get a lot of challenges, because you know that 5 years ago we have a military coup in Mali. And also this coup continued to Burkina Faso, to Niger, and all the Sahel region are supposed to be now has a lot of security and peace in challenge. But that we think that there is a lot of opportunities to continue to promote global chamber activities in the region, but also globally. And as my goal is to serve a global, I get find one of my friends in the Davos Forum in 2020. I met Professor Landry Signé, who is part of the faculty of Thunderbird School of Global Management. And I told him also my goal about the UN Secretary General position. And he told me there is a very easy in a school now. That's one of can be a very good opportunity for me to continue to upgrade my skills and my mindset and my network to be at that level. So I continue to apply. That time my English was not so good, so I continue to improve my language. So this year I got the opportunity to be admitted at Thunderbird School of Global Management in the Executive Masters in Global Affairs and Management IMAGAM program. So now I am in Phoenix, and thank you, Doug, for inviting me to a global Phoenix Advisory Board. And I feel like I'm home now. Okay, so now Phoenix is my hometown, my global hometown, and and I will be very happy to serve, the global chamber from Phoenix at global headquarters and everywhere. I you think that I can have a contribution to do, because I'm here. I have the capacity to do many things at the same time. And I hope to be able to contribute as much as possible to make the global chamber again more global and still global and unstoppable everywhere, every day. So thank you very much. I'm still here, and I'm sure that together we can reach our global goals together. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions or comments with Kasum? Who's been to Mali? Who's been to Cote d'Ivoire? Have you met Kasum before? What other folks have connections to the region? I'm sure Ruby does and has had. So I don't know if you can talk, Ruby. What time is it? It's 10 something. So I don't know if you're.
Hi, everyone. Great to see you all. Hi, customer. I don't think we've met before. And I haven't been to Mali, but I have been to Cote d'Ivoire before. So very refreshing to hear from you and your openness to support everyone. And I kind of love your dream and will cheer you on until you get to that position.
Thank you.
And so really great to connect with you all. So I represent Ghana and currently in Michigan, joining in from Michigan. Yeah, Doug, long overdue for us to catch up, and I'm hoping that we'll do that soon. I was planning to spend the holiday time with family in California, but during the shutdown with the airport, cancellation, flight cancellation and all that, I had to kind of cancel my trip. So I don't know if I'm coming that way, but hopefully I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to meet in person soon.
Yes, yes, of course. I've been to Ghana. Thank you, Ruby. I've been to Ghana a couple of times. My last trip in Ghana was 2 years ago. I was being invited by International Trade Center
Okay.
because I work with them to establish a tool to make diagnostic for SMEs. So this tool, we had a meeting there in Accra to validate this tool. And this is a very interesting tool for SMEs around the continent. I think that we need to connect also with ITC. Yeah, Doug, I think that we need to connect with them because it's a global, interesting partner for us to develop some activities together around Africa because we are very, very open to this kind of activities. So I will connect you with the lady in charge. So I think that it's a very important thing to do. My first language is French. I don't know if you speak French or not.
MP.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, and happy to
I
see
regret
you.
not taking my French lessons serious in school, so it's something I have to work on.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a very important. You know, in Africa, we have 25 countries which speak French. So
Yes.
it's a big market. It's a big market.
I don't have any excuse anymore. I have to work on that. I'd like to
Okay,
take this
I'm here to
opportunity
support if you want
yes,
to practice.
I will. So let's connect after this call.
Good.
On this note, I would like to apologize. I may have to jump off. I have signed up for a training section that is starting in a few minutes. So if you don't see me in the room, cheers, everyone.
Okay. Super. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Kasum, do you mind sharing a little bit about what's happening in Mali now? It sounds like do you still have a relationship with the government? Do you have that SME program that you're still involved with? And what's happening economically, in the country and in the region?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Doug. Actually, a part of struggling for peace and security, economic activities are still moving. Okay, and to say that people can see sometimes the region have many difficulties, but I think that those challenges also give opportunity to rethink how people can reappropriate their own economy. To tell you just for the Mali in the mining sector, 2 years ago, the government changed the mining code inside the country. And instead of having 10% of any mining project they have now in the new law, they have now 35%. And they put in place a new local content law, that SMEs can be also involved in the mining development project around the country. It's the same like in the different countries. And to tell you, in Mali we have 14 gold, industrial gold mines operating right now in Mali. And we are now in the second or the third gold producer in Africa now. It's the same in Burkina Faso, and the same in Niger. Totally, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are producing every year about 170 tons of gold every year. So the gold sector is one of the best sector to see how to invest. And now the governments are pushing to deep the value chain of gold, not only taking gold as a raw material, but to put refineries in place to transform some parts of the gold inside the region. And what's the best shifting now, the three countries are put in place what we call the Alliance of Sahel States, because they left in January the ECOWAS, the West African Community, Economic Community. They left this regional community to put in place this new three countries economy community. So this is something that's happening now. And the best sector now where people are living and working on is the agriculture sector. This agriculture sector use about 60 to 70 people in the workforce people in the region. Okay, and just to tell you some key product that has been produced in that area as cotton, rice, maize, and all the product you can know as sesame, we can know as fonio, you can know as also mangoes. That's as the key product we can have in the region. To tell you, those three countries are locked land countries. Okay, there are no access to sea. So the main ports to access to Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are the port of Abidjan, the port of Tema in Accra, sometimes the port of Takoradi in Ghana too, the port of Dakar in Senegal, the port of Mauritania, the port of Cotonou, and the port of Lomé. So in terms of logistics, I think that there is a lot of opportunities to work on. But to tell you that Morocco is now developing a project called the Dakhla Atlantic Port, which is the southern port of Morocco, is the new biggest port in the region that can also be a very big hub, for US to connect to West African countries. So we can see how to have a talk about this opportunity. That will be very interesting to have a reflection on that. Also, to tell you, this population of this region has been about 70 to 80 young people under 25 years old. Whereas a lot of activities running for women entrepreneurship too, because as you know, Doug, I am one of my work with last 10 days is for gender equality and women economic empowerment. And also we have a lot of women engaging in entrepreneurship. And this is also a very, very good opportunity to connect all of them to the Global Chamber activities. So now I can say, apart from the challenges, we have a lot of opportunities also to continue to strengthen and to bring, innovation in that area in terms of technologies, in terms of the access to financial services, in terms of access to housing, in terms of access to machineries, and to put in place what I call the small and medium industries. I find that this is very important because we have a lot of raw materials in terms of agricultural sector, but also we need to transform them to add value and to create more wealth and to create more job opportunities for young people. And that can be very good for all Africa and all the world. The government of Mali is now planning to organize what they call the International SME Forum for the three countries this month of November. And I'm also supporting the government of Mali to put some activities in place in terms of incubators, accelerators for women entrepreneurs inside the country, but also for the Sahel region. So I think many things are happening now. And we have the opportunity now to go fast and to be able to contact chambers of commerce inside those regions and also to connect them with what we are doing and what our network at the Global Chamber can bring to them in terms of capacity building, in terms of access to market, access to finance, access to technology, and also access to economic and commercial diplomacy.
Amazing. Thank you. Great update. What are you learning at Thunderbird that has the opportunity to advance, what your missions are? How is it going so far? Are you learning a lot? Are you making connections that are going to be valuable? How is it going?
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. I find that Thunderbird School of Global Management fit directly in what I need in terms of skills and network to be able to deep dive on what I am planning to do for my life, personal life, but also for the world. I can say just we came in that program, we have been part of T-Bird. T-Bird Connect is a platform where all former alumni and also active students are part. So I'm now part of this global network of more than 50,000 people around the world. So this is a very important point to be at Thunderbird that bring me more value also to the connection and to understanding what is happening in the world. The second thing is about the faculty of Thunderbird right now. You have done now for 4 exceptional courses, and the first course was in communication and culture across the globe. This program gives us a global mindset shift and to understand what is the national cultures around the world and how we can understand how countries stand for different 9 cultural dimensions we can understand to be a global leader and a global manager. And this is very interesting for the insight, the research we can get from. And the second program is global marketing that we are learning how to develop marketing strategies and marketing position around the globe. So this is something very important we are learning right now. And also we are learning a program in navigating in global and regional environment, so I can go deep on my knowledge about what are the trade agreements around the world, and especially in Africa too, and to see how we can fit and see the opportunities and challenges we can be faced and to address with different questions around that. I can say also we are also now learning about global accounting and financial management. This is something also keen on what we need to be a very good actor in the global space. So all those connections and all the opportunities we have, the incredible people and the diversity of our school students group, and also the partners around the Thunderbird, also and the different activities we can have in developing projects together in group works, individually meeting different people, attending conferences like you organized last time, and the different initiative, the Global Chamber also having a global partnership with Thunderbird can also bring more value to what I'm planning to do. And I think that in my key environment, and I hope that to continue to look for what is happening every day, and to be able to attend different activities, and to also be able to to bring my contribution and my understanding in that space.
Great. Fantastic. What is the test? When is the semester over? And then do you have plans for the break?
Yes, we are now planning to finish the fall session and trying to register for the spring coming. And the program will end next July, I think that. But different options are in mind now to continue with the doctoral program, professional practice, and also maybe to apply to at another school or in a PhD in innovation and global development. So I have quite an option in my mind, but still trying to see how I can work also, because it's important to implement the knowledge I'm getting every day in a different organization in Phoenix, in the US, and everywhere in the world. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Any questions or comments for Kasum? And I don't know whether Nima, you've been able to come in, and I've seen you drop off, so the internet connection may not be good. But do you have the ability to make a comment? We've got a couple people also with strong Kenya connections. Hi, are you there, Nima?
Yes, hi Doug, hi everyone. Yeah, we are having a little bit of bad internet since the shutdown, but we are getting there. It's better than it was. Well, so thank you so much, Kasum. It is a pleasure to meet you, and I see a lot of synergy, especially in the advancement of entrepreneurship for women and youth, which is the direction now for Africa and for the AFCFTA. One thing that struck me, last July we had a conference in Tanzania, and we had two women from Mali. And as a woman who is an advocate for women entrepreneurs, I would really love to engage more in Mali. And also I have a very big eye in Burkina Faso. I am so moved by Traore. So I think it's everyone in Africa. Yeah. So yeah, and
Okay.
the development that is going on in the three countries. So I'm open to discuss. I've sent you a side message in the inbox that we can plan for a meeting. But I think in every area that you've touched, it's very key. And right now, the direction of Africa, it is more of, not only taking away the raw materials, but having a processing plant even for minerals. And, in Africa, there's a lot of minerals. And right now, I've just seen news in Congo. They have they've shut down one of the Chinese projects because it brought problems to the people around. So the governments are also looking at the people who are coming to invest and the environments around the mining areas. So I'm happy and I congratulate you in the ambition of being the like Kofi Annan. I think I admire you, and I'm following your footsteps. So I'm looking forward to also collaborate with you all for the next conference next year. It won't be in Tanzania, but we are looking at Namibia, and we have a president who is a Namibia. 57% of women taking seat. We have a president, a woman, vice president, a woman, member of the parliament, speaker, a woman. But there's a lot of opportunities around in Namibia, and I see the same in logistics. So there's a lot of things that we need to think strategically. I'll share a lot more for about the conference, but I would really love each one of us to participate and also to, you know, provide what we have for our people, the knowledge that we're getting in Global Chamber, but also the networks and what Global Chamber can bring in technology. We have people in real estate. We have, you know, a lot of experts, and everything is available in Global Chamber, so we can have to share to the world and to Africa in the development. So thank you so much. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Nima.
Thank you, Nima. I think Doc, I want to share something about. I find that Africa, there is a lot of development challenges in Africa. Mining is also a critical sector, but I find that in the global chamber, we need to address a kind of a food of security, and agriculture and food security for me is a priority for us to address in the continent of Africa. Just to share a bit, it's some data from African Development Bank. Every year, Africa import at least $100 billion for food. Okay, we have 60% of the arable land in the world now in Africa. We cannot talk about the sun. We have, we have sun everywhere. So we have water everywhere in Africa, but sometimes it's difficult. People are still struggling for food. So I find that if we are able to address this issue as one of the priority things, connecting to energy, connected to education or entrepreneurship development, connecting to logistics, I find that we can make a very push. The global chamber can make a very great push in that area in the continent. And I find that with the African Free Trade Agreement now, we can say that we can make internal trade inside the continent and to bring everything, easy for the population. So I want to share that also. And thank you, Nima. I hope to see Namibia, the conference next year. I was been to Namibia, and there are a lot of opportunities because Namibia is one of the largest ports that has not been valuable now. And there is a lot of opportunities there also for Southern Africa in general. Thank you very much. And for leadership of the new president, who is a woman. Okay, it's really appreciated.
Yes, and also we have the African Women in Export Network that we are running, so it will be good to also include the women in Mali and Burkina Faso, and that's where we're heading. Yeah. So, and one more point to add is that we keep on talking about the small medium enterprises. And just give a little bit of a testimony for what Global Chamber has done for the women in Africa that are running the group. I've used the expertise in Global Chamber facilitation to, when we talk about export readiness, when we talk about export ready in Africa, it's totally different to other parts of the world. Because for us, we are starting from scratch. Actually, you start talking to a woman about having a passport, talking about with a woman registering their business and all. And another thing where I see an opportunity right now is in a data area. We don't have concrete data that is showing when you're looking at data, you cannot get data for SMEs or anything that is concrete. It is just a simulation. Every data is different. So there's also an opportunity to invest in that area, but also in the export readiness, using the expertise that are available in Global Chamber to support the women and learning how they can expand their markets. But there's a lot of work to be done, but we are getting there, and there's been a lot of improvements over since last year to now for the women and what they've learned.
Okay, perfect.
Outstanding, excellent. When do you think the Namibia conference will be? Do you have a rough, is it in July, do you think, like the Tanzania one
So,
was?
so we are. I am still thinking. July. It's more of. What I gathered from last conference. July the tickets are high. It's very expensive. Because it's during summer.
Oh,
So the best times to do dog. I think we'll have that meeting is May or October. So still thinking between the two. And also we have started communicating with the government of Namibia to also give us their dates. But in May is the best because it's the time that also the African Union is collecting a lot of information, and the UN also is collecting for the September. So from Africa, what is happening and the reports, and also we can take that opportunity to also share what we have to them, as we've started collaborating. The last conference has brought a lot of collaboration with so many parties. So this is also an opportunity to think. So it can be between October or May, but October I don't recommend it much because we need to do it before the United Nations UNGA in September.
got it. Probably May, it sounds like. Is there someone like you, someone who has the similar vision and activity in Namibia that you're working with?
Yes, yes, and I've been in contact with the speaker of the General Assembly of Namibia.
Wow.
So she is, yeah, so there's a possibility that we are going to have now for real the president of Namibia, because she is very interested in the economic development of Namibia. She's been doing very well, paying a lot of debts for Namibia from the local for local funds. So she's very interested to, open for new opportunities in Namibia.
Great.
And we need to know that Namibia is also in SADC, so it connects with Tanzania. So we did in East Africa, but now we want to go to Southern Africa, and we're going to go to the other time in West Africa and Central Africa.
Yes.
Sounds good. If you are aware of people like you and Ruby and Kasum who have the potential to be a leader at Global Chamber, I encourage you to look for them. We should have someone in place by May then for Namibia. Global Chamber should. So we'll the next 6 months are going to be very focused in on that around the world. So I'm happy to hear of anyone that you might recommend for both of you. Anywhere in Africa.
Yes, I think that I will activate my network in West Africa to have new people involved. And my friend he has a newspaper called Financial Africa. I don't know if you know that. Do you know this newspaper?
I'm not familiar. Sounds interesting.
Okay. Financial Africa is like Financial Time for Africa.
I see.
Yeah, financialafrica.com. Financial Africa with K at the end .com. It's now becoming a powerful newspaper in the financial sector, and one of the key partners is the African Development Bank. And every year in January, they organize the Financial Africa Award. And last year in January, it was in Abidjan. I was there. I was being invited. And this year is in Banjul, in Gambia, in the Gambia. So he sent me already the document. I will reach out to him to see which collaboration we can have, and also to expand our activity in the region. We are based in Senegal. I think that they will be happy also to join the Global Chamber.
Amazing. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you, Nima. Nima or Kasum, or does anybody else have any comments or questions or thoughts? We've just got a couple more minutes.
Yeah, no. Me. What I need now is to get the information on the situation now on the Global Chamber in Africa. So to see where there are some places missing and how we can strategize and connect to take the Global Chamber in most of the African part. Yeah.
The next week that I'll be there is December 4th. We have an event at Thunderbird, and I'll be there that week. Is that close to finals? Is that close to the test? Are you going to be taking tests around December 4th?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We have no more tests. We are going to DC on December 3rd for our in-person session in DC on 5th, December 5th. So December 1st is good, no problem.
Okay, December 1st is good, but the 3rd, 4th, and 5th are bad. They'll be in DC? You'll be in Washington, DC, it sounds like. Okay. Well, very good. Would you like to make any final comments before we close the room? Anything else that comes to you, or anything you'd like to leave us with in terms of what we should be working on? Definitely, I want to work with you around Africa and getting all of the chapters built out there. I also want to get you integrated into the group in Phoenix and the strong chapter that we have there. And I also want to get you connected to Dr. Sanjeev Kagram, who has the deep connections into the United Nations that can take it to the next level. Also, Jevon Hodge is on the advisory board. He was not at the event the other day, I don't think. He might have been online, but maybe not. He might not have been. But he's the head of the East Valley NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP for the region. He's also a politician, but also business person with big impact. His mother is a city council person for the city of Tempe. He's close now to Dr. Kagram. And so between Jevon Hodge and Dr. Kagram, we'll get you that UN job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
They actually met. They met during the conference in September in New York at the Jevon and Sanjeev. There are a variety of things they're doing there. So we'll definitely. Anything else you would like to share before we close?
Maybe can we have a more talk later with Altos Bank? Yeah. Later we have time to talk.
Sounds good. Well, thank you everybody for joining the conversation today, and you can see what Kasum brings to the table, and I encourage you all to connect with him and to participate along the way. We're going to have some fun. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, Doug, and see you soon. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye, Nima. Okay, see you.